in Los Angeles, California, with a mad scientist party hour. Can't hear anything.
What's up there, friends? It's Jeff's first day on the show, and welcome back to Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined by a man who has forgotten to put on pants and underwear and is currently putting his boner into a submission hole. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, Boominati. Thanks for having me back.
And beaming to us from the jockstrap bin in the Eagles locker room, the bearded booger-eating mascot known as Shuddy Boy.
You brat brat.
Yeah, baby, brat brat indeed.
This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Penis people.
How dare get your hands off me.
That's right. Get your hands off of our penises. We are ready to rock. Jeff, something popped into my head during the Easter egg. Is your bookie currently taking bets on who the next pope will be?
No, but I heard Bet Online was, which I just want to
No way.
grip my money off of them. Yeah, they probably only do like $10 limits or something like that. Odds for next pope. I wonder what Donald Trump's odds are. Okay, yeah, Bet Online. Luis Antonio Tagli from the Philippines is a favorite to become the next pope.
It's weird. He sounds very Italian.
Even money. Pietro Parolin is plus 150. Matteo Zuppi is plus 600. Ferdinand Obongo Basunga, assuming that might be an African cardinal.
That was my
plus
favorite.
600.
He's my
And
favorite.
Peter Ferdolin.
Yeah, Peter F. Ritalin.
Ferdinand Ambongo Basunga. And then Peter Urdu is plus 900, which is the last one that they mentioned. But
Who was the African guy again?
oh, okay, here's the link. His name, I think he's African. I'm not sure. Ferdinand Ambongo Basunga. Basunga.
I hope he wins, just so like people get all butthurt. Can't even say the Pope's name. Babungu? Damn it!
Do people get butthurt about that? I've never heard that before.
If you have, now again, we don't even know what country this guy's from, what he looks like, but you slap that name after Pope, yeah, I have a feeling some people are going to be shaking their fists at the clouds.
The last time I went to church was in 2005 after Pope John Paul II died, because my mother was I was going to school, St. John's University, Catholic Jesuits University, but my mom was born and raised Catholic, and I don't know, was like religious for, I don't know, like her first 25 years. So my first like 7 years. And she like, not randomly, because obviously it was a big death, but when he died, she was all like, you got to go to church today. You got to go. So, well, Mom, I haven't been to church since the fucking 90s at this.
Oh, come on, Mom, I'm playing
At that point.
Nintendo.
And that was close to 20 years ago. That's kind of crazy. So the Pope died. John Paul II died April 2nd, 2005. And then I don't even know which Pope, but the most recent Pope died today, right?
Yeah, I've lost count.
April 21st.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. He died the day after Easter.
Pretty wild. He died the day after meeting J.D. Vance.
Yeah, I heard our vice president killed him.
Yeah.
Man,
Is it
die
Francis? It is Francis, I think.
to die the day after Easter, day after 420. Maybe he just did too big a dab and it just killed him the next day. How was your guys' festivities yesterday?
It was fine. How was yours? More importantly,
It's not more important than mine.
as well, he broke Edge, so
Broke edge. Is that a fucking real term? Because I hate it.
well, I mean, if you were straight edge, it would be yes, but you were still drinking booze, so
Yeah.
technically no.
And doing heroin. I don't. Yeah, it was one of those things where we woke up and there's a dispensary that we go to. I think I would send you guys a lot of pictures because they always have really cool packaging. Like they have.
You're
one
a
that's like-
sucker for gimmicks and packaging.
Yeah. Like, let me see if any of them are around. I don't think they are, but this year we went to that place and I got a bag of weed that features Show Nuff from The Last Dragon on it. It was just a strain of weed called Show Nuff and it had like a drawing of him and shit.
Well, Bruce Leroy?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's sweet.
So I saw that and I
Okay.
was like, whoop, found mine. And that place was doing like 40 to 50% off all of 420. So we went there at like 9:30 in the morning and there was a line, which was to be expected, but it moved relatively quickly, so it wasn't horrible. And then once we got our weed, we immediately went to Santa Monica to pick up acai bowls.
Why in Santa Monica?
Because this place, Backyard Bowls, is our favorite, and that's the closest location. And
I feel like I've heard of that. Is there only one of them in
No.
Santa Monica?
I think there's
There
only
isn't, right?
well, there's a handful of them. They had one in Studio City, but it got shut down. But
Because they suck.
that place, like, if there was one within walking distance, we would have it for breakfast every day, and we'd be broke. But they're fucking amazing. So we wanted to start the day with maybe something that's somewhat kind of nutritious, a bunch of fruit and crap, and seeds, and what have yous. And I took a rip off of a joint at like 11:45 a.m. that was all top shelf stuff. And all it took was one hit.
Are you still high?
I'm definitely tired today.
You got a weed hangover?
Well, I think this is like just going to bed stoned every day. I would always kind of feel a little groggy in the morning. That's kind of why it was nice on this little break, before my knees pooped out on me. I could just like wake up in the morning, immediately get out of bed and go run 3 miles or, just get my day started early. And I feel, again, first day back, but man, I do feel wiped out today. My brain is not firing on all cylinders. But I mean, I stayed smoking the whole day. I feel like I figured something out. My first
About time.
high
What
of
do
the
you got?
day is always whether I take a few rips in a rotation or if I just take one hit off of something. I go to the fucking moon every time. Like I get so high that like I get a little panicky and like start like paying attention to my breathing and like I don't know. I got so high off of one hit of a joint before noon that my brain started making up weird music at me and shit.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
But
What kind of music? Does it have like a genre?
no, it's always different. Yeah, you've never gotten like super high and your brain just starts making up weird music at you?
I can't think of a time that happened.
Oh. Well, it happens to me.
Right. But a
I
lot
know
of
some-
things that happen to you doesn't happen to regular people.
That is also
Not
true.
to say I'm regular.
I don't know. Sometimes it's like weird techno-y repeating stuff. Sometimes I don't know. It genre hops, but my brain is always like, "Oh, you're super high, huh? Here's some fucking weird music to think about." I'm just gonna run this on a loop in your head. But once it chilled out a little bit, the first thing we watched. I let Carl pick the first thing we were viewing for the day, and she picked My Neighbor Totoro.
The fuck is that?
What the fuck is a fucking Totoro?
Did you fucking confiscate her picking privileges afterwards?
Well, I had a whole stack of Blu-rays. I put a picture of it up in my Instagram story. But I had like Superbad.
I saw that.
God, what were they?
I saw this pic or this Instagram
Yeah, it was
story.
Superbad, MacGruber, Tropic Thunder, Black Dynamite, 21 Jump Street.
There's one I feel like I didn't know. None
One
of them,
more.
or all of them, I know. I have seen.
Let me see. Maybe that story is still alive. Maybe I can pull it up.
Should be.
God damn it. Okay, Hot Rod. Yeah. MacGruber, Superbad, Hot Rod, Tropic Thunder, 21 Jump Street, and Black Dynamite.
Okay.
So I was like, what movie do you want to watch? She was like, I don't know. Maybe we start on the weirder side and put on Totoro. So we watched Totoro. It was nice getting a little animated thing in, getting some weirdness. And smoked more and decided to get my first real stoned meal of the day. We went to Johnny's Pastrami in Culver City, which is this diner-looking place that they haven't updated since it opened. And it they still have the original jukeboxes at the end of each table. It's very, very retro looking, and they do these just fucking stellar pastrami sandwiches. I'm not a huge pastrami guy, especially not when it's like those big, thick cubes.
Why don't you like those?
I don't know.
You just like the thinly sliced?
But they do one that's thinly sliced. It's like a fat stack. It's like that much thinly sliced pastrami on a French roll with American cheese, and it's like eating cake with how soft it is. It just fucking dissolves when you chew it, and it's magnificent.
How many different meals did you eat on 420?
Well, oddly enough, I think that was it. Because the day started kind of late by, waiting in line to get weed, and then the round trip to Santa Monica, and then just, being stoned and lazy, and then being like, all right, it's time to actually go eat a real fucking meal. And it was...
How many miles did you drive?
More than I wanted to.
No, I know, but it's probably not that much, and it took you like half the day.
Yeah, it was probably like, I don't know, maybe 10 miles.
Yeah.
Total.
In Culver City, that sounds like a minimum of 4 hours.
Yeah. It sucked ass. But it was nice because, being nice and toasty again took the edge off. But, oh God, what else? What was our other food moves? We did... So after scarfing down a gigantic pastrami sandwich on a big French roll, I was like, you know what? I figured out what I want to do for a stone treat. Now that, it's just first day being high again, it's 420. Fuck the diet. I've been eating well. I've been, neglecting things that I love. I want frozen yogurt. Just because when we used to go to Frog, remember Frog? Oh, Shuddy Boy, sorry it wasn't fucking beefaroni. But
Frog's not there anymore?
No, Frog's there. It's just in Hollywood, which is a drive now. So I was just like, all right, maybe there's a place like Frog, because I don't like the big places like the Pinkberries. Just because they're I don't know, they're more corporatized. I like a place where you can go into, you fucking pull the lever, you make the froyo poop into your cup, and then you're in control of putting the toppings on, and they just charge you by the weight.
But you can do that with Yogurtland. That's still a chain.
Yeah, Yogurtland, I think you can. Pinkberry, I think they do it themselves. But I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like the mom and pops always have better toppings, which is where it really... That's kind of where froyo tickles my bungus, is the Fixins bar. And
Of course.
going to Frog just had the magical layout. You could get peanut butter froyo, and they had peanut butter drizzle sauce, the like liquefied Reese's guts.
Yeah, they had like chunks of brownie and red velvet cake as well.
Yep. I've never seen a froyo place go as hard as Frog does with the toppings. Like, they just have a tray of fucking brownies. And, like, they have cheesecake bites, they have cookie dough bites, and then they have, like, I never fuck with the organic stuff. Like, oh, well, here, you can put some sliced strawberries on it and blueberries as well. It's like, no, candy. It's all candy. It has to all be candy. Everything I'm adding as a topping is fucking candy. And I found a place that had really good reviews by me, and the pictures looked like it had what I was going for. So we went there, and we walk in, and there was nobody in there, and there was just like this little old Asian lady behind the counter, and she is your snack master. You point out which toppings you want, and she does the dressings. She pulls the lever and makes the froyo poop in your cup. And I was like, okay, not what I was going for.
That. Yeah.
I guess when it comes to froyo, I'm pro-choice. I want to be doing the choosing. So like, after I saw all the good reviews, I was just like, whatever. It's gonna be delicious. This is gonna be good shit. And they didn't have the brownies, obviously, or red velvet cake or cheesecake bites, but they did have peanut butter froyo. So I got chocolate chips, cookie dough bites, and hot fudge. And even after scarfing down a massive pastrami sandwich, I housed that bastard. It was wonderful.
Sounds like you celebrated 420 the right way.
I did, and poor Carl had to teach yoga, so she couldn't really celebrate right off the bat like most people would. So when she had to leave the house, I kind of just did. I was like, all right, I just want to run the gamut of doing things I enjoyed doing high before I took essentially a 4-month break. And I got some time in playing PlayStation, which was lovely. Read some comics. I got some writing done. Wrote a few new pages in the next script I'm working on. And then
Sounds like weed wasn't holding you back at all.
And then I watched Black Dynamite by myself. And I don't know when the last time you guys watched Black Dynamite was.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's the movie that I didn't see actually out of your list.
It is criminally underrated. I don't even think it's underrated because everybody who's seen it loves it. I think it's just criminally underwatched. If you can find a way to watch Black Dynamite, I have it on Blu-ray, but it is so fucking funny. It's essentially a 70s blaxploitation kind of like kung fu movie, but done in modern times. So it's like Naked Gun, but everything looks and it's acted like a 70s blaxploitation film. And it is just, it's fucking hysterical. And then like the fight scenes are actually like kind of cool. So you're getting like cool fight scenes and then just, top tier Naked Gun style humor. It's fucking excellent. It's so good. Tommy Davidson's got like a supporting role. Arsenio Hall is like, has a really, really funny character in it. Stars Michael Jai White. It rules. And it was an excellent choice for how stoned I was. And
so wait, are you back on the wagon? Or are you going to continue to smoke?
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a daily thing, but, I'm back.
Nice. How pumped is Carl about that? Finally have her smoke buddy back. She's probably getting sick of your bullshit.
I think she was. And then that was also one of the things helping me keep the snacks at bay was not fucking being high. And now that I have the munchies to deal with again, it's like, oh boy, my titties are going to be back with a vengeance. I'm going to be voluptuous.
Yeah, you just got to work in some, I'm the wrong guy to talk to about this, but you got to work in some exercising and some activity.
I have been. I've been sticking with it. It's just, I don't know. I might have to really, really turn the dial up if I'm going to go back to having the munchies again. Or I just do what Carl does. She gets like these fucking dried mango slices from Trader Joe's that have no added sugar. So it kind of tastes sweet like a fruit, but it's like all dehydrated, so it's chewy. And I don't know, if you close your eyes, you can maybe trick yourself for a split second you're eating a fruit roll-up or something. I don't fucking know. But
yeah, I had a buddy a long time ago tell me that if you freeze grapes and eat them as snacks, it's a good healthy dessert alternative. I've never done that.
I've done it before, and it is really
Is it
good.
accurate?
Yeah, it's fucking good. It tastes like sherbet.
Are the tariffs affecting grape prices?
I don't know. I haven't bought grapes in a minute.
I feel like every time I've seen grapes, they've been expensive. I don't know if that's regular or if that's tariff based, but
They're probably cheaper than eggs.
that's true. I don't know. Maybe try the grape move. That could help you a little bit. Or just get back to eating snacks with being such a pussy.
When Carl got back, we both kind of realized that like we essentially just had a late lunch and no dinner. And I was like, all right, well, we're about to be, couch locked for quite a bit. I would like to use the rest of my day for some snacking. So I went off on a food run and got us some chips. And after last week, when Shuddy Boy was delectably tongue-darting a Reese's Big Cup chocolate lava, I was just like, well, that's what I want. I want a Reese's Big Cup. So I went to 2 different Ralphs, struck out. On my way home, past a 7-Eleven, did like a e-brake pull, fucking spin out, go into the parking lot, and I struck gold. They had the chocolate lava Reese's Big Cups, and they also had both versions of the peanut butter and jelly Big Cup. Have you seen those?
I haven't seen any of that.
So
Maybe I got to look harder.
I ended up having one of these. So this is a Reese's Big Cup, peanut butter and jelly of the grape variety. Last night, I got the strawberry one. We crushed that. It was good, but not great. I chased it with the chocolate lava Big Cup, and holy shit, Shuddy, you were right. That one's the winner. Like I turned my shoulder away on the couch so I could just go like, yeah, in the chocolate deposit and not get caught.
You cunnilingus the Reese's?
Yeah, I did.
Which one was it? You like the black lava more than the PB&J?
Yeah, the black lava.
What is it? A chocolate lava?
Yeah.
Jeff's the only one that prefers black lava.
But I haven't tried this one yet. I can give this a whirl. We can do a live hijack snack attack.
I love that. I just did a snack attack actually.
Well, we finished up our 420 with the final movie being MacGruber.
Has Carl ever seen that before?
Yeah. And it was a hit. And I figured ending the night with something reliably super, super funny and also paying tribute to an underappreciated role from the late, great Val Kilmer was the right move.
I thought this was going to be exclusively a WrestleMania recap episode. So that's all I came prepared with.
Oh, shut up, Shuddy. You didn't come prepared.
No,
I would love to talk
did.
WrestleMania with you.
I didn't, but I am prepared to talk WrestleMania. You didn't watch any of it, did you, Kevin?
What, was on this weekend?
Saturday and Sunday. The only reason I asked was because Shawn Michaels came out on Saturday night, and I just think back to that WrestleMania that he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I get a text from Kevin that asked why somebody was coming out to the Shuddy Boy song. Yeah, while Kevin was watching it at Chris Jericho's house, by the way.
Wait, you were at Chris Jericho's house watching Shawn Michaels' induction ceremony? And you didn't know?
No, I was
Yeah.
I was
You were with Chris.
I was with Chris Jericho.
My mistake. My mistake.
Not
Sorry.
much better, but okay. Well, how did that happen?
I was with MSPH alum Jeff Katz, who has a background in working for pro wrestling, not performing it. But yeah, he invited me. That was in like the early
Long
days of
time
living in
ago.
LA. Yeah, he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, we're doing this WrestleMania thing," and I was just like, "All right, I'll go hang out and meet some people." And then fucking Jericho's just there hanging out, watching wrestling. I'm like, all right, that's interesting.
All right, that's interesting. They're playing the Shuddy Boy song. Jesus.
Yeah, I asked Jericho, I'm like, why are they playing Shuddy Boy's music? He was like, you don't talk to me. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm tantalizing our YouTube viewers by bung-tonguing the grape jelly deposit in this big cup. So what I didn't realize about these big cups is, you know, it's self-explanatory. They're big fat cups. But when there's a goo deposit, when there's a slime pocket, I guess they barrier it off from the peanut butter with a tiny little sliver of chocolate.
I was trying to ask you that, but I couldn't get it out. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
So the grape one, I would say this is pretty much just right there with the strawberry one. You know, it's fine. It's not gross. But if I were gonna eat another big cup, holy shit. You gotta find that chocolate lava one. It's so fucking good, man.
I'll try. Maybe I'll go to Walgreens after I have to get my smog check this week. Re-up my vehicle registration. There's a Walgreens right next to the Star Smog station, so they've been pretty good about having new snacks. I'll check them out. Maybe they'll have the lava or the peanut butter and jelly big cups.
The PB&J fucking cream pies. So
Yeah,
is that what you guys did with your 420s? You watched WrestleMania?
I
Last
watch.
night, yeah.
I watch all sports essentially: baseball, golf, WrestleMania, basketball, and Last of Us. Well, obviously not sports. So it was a big television day in the Clark household.
I watched the Formula One race and WrestleMania.
Nice. I won some decent money on Justin Thomas winning the RBC Heritage, and I was fucking jacked up. But I got fucking crushed this weekend in the NBA. I made so much money off of golf that I'm good. I had a nice week, but fuck, did the NBA just spank me like the little bitch that I am. I went 1-7 this weekend. It was brutal. I had one tough beat. It's tough to call. It's hard to call it a bad beat, but it was a tough beat. Otherwise, the other 6 losses were just me taking it on the chin for being a fucking stupid idiot. So that sucked. But I watched both nights of WrestleMania like Shuddy. I had a blast both nights. The first night I thought was much better than the second night. The heavyweight championship match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena for the most part sucked. They've been doing a little too much like callbacks or homages to like the Attitude Era WWF, because like essentially everyone who grew up on that is now parents. And so like they inducted Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret the Hitman Hart's like WrestleMania submission match or tap out match in the Hall of Fame. And Bret the Hitman Hart had no interest in being there. And
You could tell.
you can see
You
that
could
on his face.
Like in his cartoon thought bubble, he was like, "Shit, I thought this email was about Cold Stone, not Stone Cold." But I was here for ice cream, not this bullshit.
He like effectively rolled his eyes.
Do they have a Cold Stone Steve Austin, like a variant version
No.
that just like shoves ice cream in people's faces?
Yeah.
He's fat.
No, it's not like porn. They don't make a spin-off of all the wrestling characters.
Guess they're just allergic to money then, huh?
Well, I'm sure Cold Stone would have something to say about it.
Yeah, they
That's
probably
true.
would.
They would need their cut. You don't want to piss off the people of Cold Stone.
Yeah, you don't want big ice cream on your trail.
Oh man.
They'll fucking take your thumb off and then take those little scoopers and just mash it up into a fucking little pint of ice cream and feed it to some little girl. They don't fuck around, man. They're like the March of Dimes.
You Shuddy, don't respond to any of that stupidness. What did you think of WrestleMania?
I enjoyed it. I had fun both nights. I like Seth Rollins a lot. He's growing on me more and more. I see him. There were a couple of matches that were what was the fucking point? Like the Randy Orton match, that was dumb.
Super dumb.
What makes a match dumb? From
I
somebody
mean,
who thinks that they're all dumb.
Maybe 2 minutes long, and it was Joe Hendry, who's from TNA. Like, it had nothing, no stakes. It was just a filler match for sure.
Yeah, I never even heard of that guy, and
neither had I.
Randy Orton, I mean, that's a guy you might know, right, Kevin? You know,
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, but if you said, what does Randy Orton do? I would say something to do with wrestling. Okay.
You should be able to pick him out of a lineup because he's fucking massive. Like, he has to be a wrestler or some sort of pro athlete, but I get your point. I actually never really watched him in his heyday, but he is like a legend. I know that about him. So they want him to wrestle at WrestleMania for the fans, obviously, and he was supposed to wrestle another guy, but then there was like a storyline where he got injured and couldn't be at WrestleMania, and based on the substitute they used, like, I actually think he might have been really injured. I don't think it was like a storyline. I think he couldn't go, and it was like a last second switch, and they completely botched it. Was that your takeaway too, Shuddy?
Yeah, I mean, I think just that block right there, the Randy Orton, Joe Hendry match, followed by the Logan Paul, AJ Styles match. Just like both of those were not very entertaining.
Yeah, I thought Logan Paul did a decent job. I actually don't really like AJ Styles. I'm not a fan of him.
Neither am I. I hate what a competent wrestler Logan Paul is. Like,
yeah, he's actually good.
Like, Logan Paul is actually a goddamn decent wrestler. Like, you watch him wrestle and he looks like he knows what he's doing. He's just he's Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee was wasted last night. Was fucking wasted. Doing the commentating. Dude Wipes sponsored one of the matches, and he just went on a little rant about how Dirty Dom Mysterio needs to use Dude Wipes because he takes dirty dumps.
Yeah. Wow.
It doesn't wipe properly.
Calling out sloppy butt cracks?
Yes.
Well, we're talking about either in the Easter egg at the beginning of the recording, Kevin, how Paul Heyman went on Pat McAfee's show and said a bunch of crazy shit today. Kind of stayed in character. I think he called Pat McAfee out for being high. Well, he definitely did. And so I don't know if it was drunk or he was just smoking the Vegas the recreational.
He very well could have eaten an edible because he didn't start off that way, and I can't imagine that he was leaving the announcing table and running and slamming beers. Like, it's definitely that's something that happened, and it happened very abruptly. So if Paul Heyman said that, then okay, he probably ate an edible because all of a sudden Pat McAfee, like, something happened and he went, he said something that you knew he was going to say holy shit, but he wasn't on camera. So it was like either somebody muted him or like Michael Cole grabbed his thigh. And then later on he went, shite, really loudly. And he was singing along to the entrance music. Like, he was just out of his mind last night. So edible absolutely makes sense because I said drunk, and then I was like, maybe he's coked up, and that,
Or maybe it's 420 and he
taking
just got into the spirit.
Totally.
taking
Paul Heyman
it,
called him out on the show today. He's like, "Hey, Pat, it's puff puff pass, not puff 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 puff. Chasing an edible puff 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 pass." So
so yeah, okay, that all tracks. Like something like I'm not typically a fan of Pat McAfee commentating wrestling, but he went off the rails last night at about the midway point, and I just could not get enough of it.
Well,
I was there for all of it.
speaking about people going off the rails, have you guys seen Kanye's newest shit?
About his song where he says that he blew his cousin till he was 14. Is that what we're referring to, or have we? Is that not even on your radar yet?
I saw that on what was it, hip hop? I don't know. So, all hip hop news, their Twitter. They posted that.
Yeah, it's like I wonder is there any chance any of this is true, or is Kanye just like, all right, what can I not get away with? Like, I've already dressed up in a fucking clan suit. I've sold swastika t-shirts. I've said the theme of my new album is anti-Semitism. Like, is he just like, maybe I am God. Let's test this theory. I blew my cousin.
Well, I mean, if it is true, it would explain a lot.
So, from what I saw online is Kanye is promoting his song called Cousins, and I guess he used to steal nudie mags when the two of them were kids, and for some reason they were like Playboys and or gay magazines. So he would like study the pictures, then he would show them to his cousin, and then he would suck his cousin's dick, and he ended his tweet with, "My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Tweet sent." I like how he had to like punctuate it with tweet sent, as in like, and fuck you, or like it's not fuck you, but like, oh, you guys think you're cool? I sucked my cousin's dick. Top that.
Do we know if the cousin is older? Like, was this sexual abuse or?
So, okay, earlier in this tweet, I'll just read the whole goddamn thing. This song is called Cousins, about my cousin. He's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Tweet sent.
So then, was he older?
It sounds like that could be the case.
Sounds like Kanye was doing the abusing.
Maybe. I don't know where you point the finger for blame when sounds like they're both kids. But it says, I mean, in his own tweet, if you do the math, started showing him at 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My name is Ye. I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. That is 8 years of schlong sucking for Kanye.
Well, but that's only if they were the same age. If Kanye was 12 and the cousin was 6.
And I think the crazy thing is Kanye actually may have found the one thing that could hurt his brand. Like, people are just like, oh yeah, you're a full-blown psychopath? Whatever. Oh, you sell swastika t-shirts on your website? Who hasn't been there? Oh, you blame the Jews for everything? Oh, what a scamp. Oh, hold on a second. He did some gay shit? Nope. Can't listen to that album.
Well, if it's possibly molesting his cousin, I mean, Frank Ocean, he's gay and everyone likes him. He's a fucking man. Great.
Do they,
great,
though?
Frank Ocean, I've never heard anyone.
Too.
Never heard anyone say anything bad about Frank Ocean. Supposed to be a good artist. Anyways,
Isn't he R&B?
uh,
I mean, I don't know anything about Frank Ocean.
yeah, he did the Channel Orange album, which was supposedly critically acclaimed. Anyways, I to your point,
Yeah, what are you hearing with
yeah,
your through the hip hop grapevine, Jeff?
not much. I just saw that. I've been kind of buried in betting stuff today. Since I'm going to Austin this weekend, I'm not going to be doing much writing, so I have to kind of grind a little harder before flying out there. So I haven't really saw much. I just was looking through Twitter, looking for some sports betting stuff, and I saw all hip hop news tweet out. Kanye West said he sucked his cousin's dick. Just like, what the fuck?
He
And
actually has a line in the song.
I'm good.
There's a line in the song about it.
Do you want to
Oh man,
Not
that's
just
a
the
hot
tweet.
bar.
do you want to wrap it to us, Shuddy?
Hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen some ninjas kiss, and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head.
Damn it! I wish your fucking internet wasn't shitting its pants when that whole thing happened.
Yeah, there was rhymes there. I don't think what goes on. What's the next line after head? Does it rhyme with head?
That's where it stops. That's where this article from page 6 stops.
So it's not so much of
So-
a song as much of it's a confession. He's confessing to sucking his cousin's dick. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you can find some fucking whack jobs that'll co-sign or agree with Kanye what he said recently, but incest and pedophilia, molestation, I haven't heard many people be like, yeah, that's cool. I feel like he might be a little too edgy here, so to speak. But whatever. So WrestleMania was pretty good.
But
I don't know
of a
why
song.
you did
Holy
that,
shit.
Kevin. I don't know why you did that. We're talking about WrestleMania and now we're talking about Kanye West sucking his cousin's dick.
I don't know. I was trying to, inject something entertaining in between WrestleMania talk. What else happened? What else happened in fake wrestling?
I don't know. You've taken me out of the spirit. I thought Drew McIntyre Damian Priest match was awesome. The first night main event with Seth freaking Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns kicked ass. I am a huge Seth Rollins fan. Little mama had a treat riding on Seth Rollins prevailing, so she's pumped as well because he ended up winning his match. Spoilers. Well, can't be spoiled at this point. But WrestleMania was pretty good. It definitely you can do it in one night, and I'm hoping next year is better, but it was still a fun little experience. Much funner than my NBA experience this past weekend.
Did you make any food moves? I guess it doesn't even really matter because, like, I'm the only
You're
person
talking
here.
about for 420, right?
Yeah.
No, dude. What did I do? I made me and Cheech and I breakfast, and he did his white trash Trader Joe's Italian.
I cooked us some cereal.
Dude, I really wanted to go to the goddamn gourmet market where they do these delicious sandwiches to have a sandwich while I was watching golf with my girlfriend, and they weren't fucking open for Easter Sunday.
Boo.
The place is run by a bunch of godless lesbians. Why the fuck are they closed for Easter Sunday? Well, they're lesbians. I don't know if they're godless. Maybe they're religious lesbians. But I don't know. That was annoying. And we just didn't feel like risking. We didn't want to know. Me and Cheech didn't want to leave the house. There's too much good TV to watch, and we didn't feel like risking going somewhere that could have been closed.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I've never really done much different in my adult years for something different for 420. It just kind of different this year because it was my first time smoking in a really long time. So it's just like, all right, I might as well just make an event out of it and eat some special food and break the diet and find something tasty. But like, I don't know, I almost wanted to You always plan more than you have time in the day for, especially when you live in LA, because doing anything takes a trillion years. But if I had like a magic warp button, or traveling was like it is anywhere else in the country, I almost could have been talked into going to Long Beach to try that other sandwich place that I keep trying to get you to go to. That's like famous for its meatball sub.
Yes. Santa Fe, something, right?
Something
What's
like
it
that.
called?
I forget.
Yeah.
I have it bookmarked. I have it
It's up
saved.
in it's up in North Long Beach. I've never even seen it. I've,
But
I've
like,
heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I feel like I've always just been of the mindset once I got a little older. Like, I'm not hating anybody else. It's nice to just make the most of the day. And like, sure, if there's some like if it's Talk Like a Pirate Day and you want to talk like a pirate, have a fucking blast. If you want to celebrate 420 by smoking more weed than you normally would and trying to enhance the day by planning it with fun stuff or interesting food moves, I'm all for that too. It was just like, when you smoke every single day, it's just like, well, it's fucking business as usual, man. So I think this was the first time in a while where I've actually been like, let's do some fucking festivities, man. Let's fucking like eat candy for breakfast and fucking breakfast for candy. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah. But I'm guessing you guys were just like, nah, it's fucking Sunday. Oh, fucking wrestling, John.
Yeah, I mean, I smoke pot daily anyway, so there's really no change
Yeah.
in my game
I
plan.
just went to the edibles earlier in the day.
There was so much sports happening. I actually like kind of forgot it was 420.
Man.
That's how locked in I was. So all my gambling.
Well, also, I feel like when it's like a Catholic holiday, sports have to be like, we need 15,000 sports happening at once.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was weird that the golf tournament ended on Easter Sunday. I mean, I was talking about this with Cheech, and then I thought like it's also kind of whack that Easter isn't a set day every year. It's just a Sunday. I don't know, what is it? The second Sunday in April, maybe. I'm not even sure when exactly Easter is, and that's kind of what makes the holiday weird. But whatever, we're not here to talk about that. I will say, final thing that I watched on Sunday, and I want your guys' thoughts on this. Have either one of you watched the first season of The Last of Us and are current on it?
I just need to watch this week's episode, your last night's episode.
Same.
Okay. So I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. This is just generally speaking. Did you guys play the video game as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Cheech played the video game and so did Bill. So they like know the story anyways. I didn't know the story, but I was feeling this before last night's development or last night's show, excuse me. I think I'm out, dude. I think I'm out. Like, how is it different than Walking Dead? Like, everyone collectively agreed Walking Dead's gay and we're done with it. This is this is Walking Dead. This is effectively the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of feeling that on the first episode back. Like, I watched Walking Dead way longer than I should have when I was just like, man, like, the only thing keeping me going is every now and then they'll sprinkle in some cool zombie shit where I was like, ooh, that was neat. But as far as the structure of the show, it just became these whiny stories that I just didn't give a fuck about. Like, you've even read some of the comics of Walking Dead, and it was like cutthroat and big crazy twists, and like the plot kind of like moved along. And then when it got to the TV show, every plot point with the humans just dragged, and it seemed like they were stretching for time. Like if those episodes were like a half hour long, they would have been awesome. But they just, I think one of the things I hated the most about Walking Dead was, and I think they might have done this in Last of Us, is when they break into what's essentially just like a music video, and they'll play just like an entire song with lyrics over a montage, and it's always like the cringiest ass rock. And it's just like, oh, God, so fucking corny.
Yeah. Well, all right. Shuddy, any of that? You getting any of those vibes to you? You're gonna stick it out with The Last of Us. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch because it's HBO programming and Sunday night. What else am I gonna do?
No, well, I'll stick it out. I enjoyed the first episode.
I just haven't heard anyone give that take, so I wanted to be there first. It's pretty much
Yes.
Walking Dead.
It's mushroom
If one's
zombies.
gay, if one's gay, the other one's gay too. I don't really like. Is the character Bella Ramsey or is the actor Bella Ramsey?
The
The
actress.
actors, the
Not a fan.
act.
Get her out. Pack her up.
Were you not a fan of her in Game of Thrones?
I was. I did like her. I did like her then. I forgot she was in that. She was is she like a Tarly, right? Was that her family name? She was Tarly.
I think she might have been. I think she
Everyone
was
in front of her got murdered, right? And she was just like the king of the house.
I think she might have been a Bolton or something. But yeah, she was. Everybody was like singing her praises when that episode came out. Just like this little girl running into the room and being like, "You're all a bunch of pussies, but I answer the call. I answer the call, and so does my family. We all answer the call." And then everybody's like, "Yeah, right, we answer the call too. Yay, Jon Snow!" And then she gets fucking squished. Didn't she get squished to death by a giant?
Yes,
That was
she
a
got
pretty-
stepped on. I want to say.
Not a good ending, huh?
No, picked up and squished and then stomped on like a bug.
Hey, you guys have any more Last of Us thoughts? I wanted
No.
to talk to you guys about something. Not that it's urgent. I was referencing this earlier in the episode when Paul Heyman made jokes about this guy Shannon Sharpe getting sued, who's another ESPN personality. He's making jokes on Pat McAfee's ESPN show. Well, Shannon Sharpe released text messages of what the accuser said to him in response, and I think he released them while we're recording, or maybe earlier, and I'm just seeing it now. You want me to read some of them to you?
Who are these texts to and from?
So this girl accused Shannon Sharpe of raping her multiple times
Who's she?
over the course of a 2-year relationship over the last 2 years. Shannon Sharpe, famous football player, a guy I actually met while I was working at Fox, like said
As a
hi,
dude?
didn't really like talk to him. Yeah, his name is Shannon Sharpe.
Okay.
He's NFL Hall of Famer. He's a big, like he's still like jacked. He looks like he could play. Anyways, she accused him of rape. He's denying it, and he posted like what she had texted him over the course of the relationship. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna read one. Read a couple of them.
Are they bummers? Is this going to be
No.
depressing?
No, I'm seeing some of them right now.
No,
All right.
Kind of good.
Are they? Does he text pictures of his shit and be like, "Hey, rape my poo"?
No, he didn't. He doesn't have that. I think this is from a court document that got leaked out from his like legal team. Anyways, one of the texts that she sent him in November of 2023. It wasn't over 2024, 2025. I guess it was 2023, 2025. Anyways, she said, quote, "Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me." That's what she said. Then
There's one from October 7th. Can we take turns reading one?
Sure.
Let's alternate. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me. Is
Nice.
from October 7th, 2023.
Nice. I got January 12th, 2024. "I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then you marry me." Or then marry you, excuse me.
This one from January 1st, 2025.
Nice. Ooh.
I know you miss this big juicy ass. $25K for each cheek.
Nice.
Damn.
Last summer, August 6th, I might have been in Saratoga for this. "That's my daddy fuck. I want you to put a big black baby in me."
Okay, what is the race of this woman?
Oh, well, her name is Gabriella Zaninga. So either Hispanic, I would assume, or black.
Oh, hold on. I got to see, because if that's an aggressive text for a white lady to send.
But if she's
put a
getting
big
down
black
like that,
baby.
maybe
Her account went private on the gram.
that doesn't mean we
But
can't get a workaround here. Come on, New York Post, post some pictures of her.
Yeah, I'm not having any luck right off the bat, but
Oh man,
those are some aggressive. Oh, okay, here we go.
she's pretty fine.
Yeah, Jeff, would you put a big black baby in her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it cool if
And
I give
then-
you a butt baby?
And then, damn
Can you
it.
imagine if these texts were sent to Jeff? He'd be like,
What do you mean?
I want to stick
No, I can't.
I want to stick a tongue up your ass while you eat 2 Big Macs at the same time.
Listen, me and my lady text each other some crazy shit, but nothing that crazy.
she's suing him for $50 million in a civil suit.
I'm sure she'll take 10,000 just to forget all about it.
I want to eat your ass while you nut on one of your turds.
Oh,
Also, in the middle or in early August, she texted him, "You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me." She really wanted to make children with Shannon Sharpe, allegedly.
Yeah, and she seems very held up on the size and the race of said baby.
Well, yeah.
I don't want a little fucking white baby in me. You put a big black baby in me.
He some
Dude, I love Big Mama's house.
some Twitter person or whatever Twitter follower, when Shannon Sharpe posted this on his account, tagged Grok, which is like Twitter's AI
Oh yeah,
function or whatever.
that's the one that's like always dunking on Elon, right?
Yeah.
Some guy tagged Grok and asked, "Explain this in NBA 2K terms," and it fucking replied.
Big black cock.
It says, in NBA 2K terms, think of Shannon Sharpe as a 99 overall legend with a clean rep. Gabriel Zuniga is a lesser-known player, accuses him of cheating with illegal mods, posting edited clips to show him committing flagrant fouls. She demands $50 million in VC to drop it after already allegedly extorting $525K VC for him to stay quiet. Shannon Sharpe has unedited gameplay footage and chat logs providing he played fair, showing Gabriella's claims are fake. She kept spreading lies, leading to a formal complaint. The lawsuit, now Sharpe's squad, is fighting back, hoping the game's mods, the courts, see through her tactics and clear his name. Like a legit breakdown. I don't even play enough 2K to really know what's going on there, but it sounds right.
So I'm guessing the dude is the one releasing all these screenshots of the text, right?
Yes.
Yes. Again, the guy, I know this is confusing. The guy's name is Shannon.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. That is fucking wild. Because, like, I feel like once you open those floodgates, then she's going to start posting the replies to all those texts.
Well, I mean, the replies don't necessarily matter. Because he's not denying that he had sex with her.
Well, yeah. But
He's countering that it is all consensual and everything she's accusing him doing of against her will, he has receipts that she asked for it. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
We're not victim shaming. Like, he has a text from her asking him to put a dog collar on her and choke her with it while he fucks her.
Yeah. It didn't seem like
and
he
then
could
if
go
she-
too far.
Yeah, like, so what is his response? Is like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll choke the shit out of you with a dog collar while I fuck you. What really is that going to do to help her case?
no, what if he's just like, I see your freakiness and I raise you 500. I'm going to poop on your head while you have a dog collar on.
Well, I don't think that helps her in court. That definitely on top of his like response to her accusations if she said, "Yeah, he shit on my head." It's probably not good either.
I mean, look, just because somebody requests something freaky on a text doesn't mean you can't push them into something they don't want to do in some other realm.
That
That
is
is
a hell
that
of a
is
defense
fair.
case.
That is
Yeah,
fair. That is fair.
But
man,
if you,
you really don't want to blame the victim here or the alleged victim.
I'm just saying that, there's always a chance.
I love it. You're right. You're right. That's a great legal mindset that you have there.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go to law school, dude. If this movie making thing doesn't work,
Too stupid. I need to shoot lower.
it's true. I mean, if you're dumb, probably law school might be tough.
Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking
not saying you're dumb. You're saying that.
maybe I could work at an AMC. I certainly spent enough time there. Did you guys go see a movie this past week?
Dude,
Yes.
I did. And I finally pegged the regression point correctly on when the trailers would stop and when the movie starts. I walked in, I went and saw Warfare, got to my seat like 35 minutes after the showtime and walked in like essentially as the first scene started.
Just real quick. Not only did Paul Heyman call Pat McAfee out for being stoned, John Cena did too. Uh, Pat McAfee said, "You said you're a step slower, but I thought you looked John Cena." But yeah, dude, you're high as shit out there all the time. So,
I'm fucking
of
destroyed
course,
right now.
I looked normal because you were fucking stoned. Sorry, Jeff.
It's all good. I went and saw Warfare and I walked in without catching any of the trailers at the exact start of the movie. Did either one of you see Warfare?
I did.
No.
I wanted to. I wanted to do 2 movies this weekend, but yeah, it wasn't in the cards. I snuck off and saw a movie solo, but it was not
Oh wow.
Warfare.
The first scene is nothing like the rest of the movie. So I was like, wait, is this a commercial? What happened here? And then you figure it out. Anyways, Warfare, I was a little disappointed. The action was sick. It was very, very like stressful, and it essentially just takes you like you just spend a day with this army unit in Afghanistan, and they're like hunkered down, battling whatever, like
Yeah,
enemies.
like it was directed by Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina and Civil War, and he directed it with the guy who was actually in that battle in real life.
Yeah, and it was gnarly, and the action was sick, but I didn't even really know what the mission was. Maybe that was part of the movie or part of the point of the movie. And if I'm being honest, I would have liked to see Americans kill more bad guys. But it did its job.
They didn't change the story around enough for you?
Yeah. I thought Civil War was actually much better. I didn't like Warfare as much. I would only score it like, I don't ever have to see it again. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Damn. Harsh.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it.
The opening scene kicks ass. You might like it. It's good. It's gnarly and it's like intense, and you're stressed as you're watching it. You could.
I mean, the trailer looked fucking crazy. It's supposed to just be like one just long scene for the whole movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa,
it's fucking crazy. Like, they are way too calm and composed in just a terrible, terrible situation. It kind of reminded me of the Shane Gillis bit that he had on his stand-up, his Netflix stand-up, Beautiful Dogs, where just like our soldiers, like we're the people in the Middle East are fighting for their lives, and we're essentially like just professional assassins. Like it's fucking crazy, like how calm we are. American soldiers are and like crazy shit. And they're just like, they're getting like feedback from like surveillance planes and like, hey, your building is being surrounded by jihadists. The interpreter is saying, "Death to America," or we're all attacking this house in a few minutes, and there are people surrounding your building on other roofs. And the guy's just like, okay, copy. Just like, like I would have been like listening to the radio, like, fuck, what do you mean? What do you mean? This is bad. This is bad. This guy's like, all right, copy. So fuck, dude. It was sounded terrible. It sounded like the worst news ever. I would have been crying. This guy's like, all right, yeah. Sounds good. I'll tell my man.
Wait a second. 1 second. Repeat.
Can you duck Bokey? Can anyone contact the jihadists and ask them just to chill? Just chill, we'll leave.
Can you send another interpreter out and just say wrong building?
They're like looking out the fucking house and like all of, like the non-fighters, the children, like clear the town. It's like, all right, this is getting bad. This is getting bad.
This is Sergeant Clark on the microphone. I would say save us. I order you to save us. Come save us, please.
Yeah, the couple times they said that, like once they're like, in so many words, like, nah, we're not going to risk it. You guys just got to hold on for a little while. No, what do you mean?
I'm hearing from the higher ups. We want to see how you guys do first, and then we'll just go from there.
You know how many fucking trillions of dollars this country put into the army? Like, fucking help us. We're stuck. Help us. It's like these guys just like fucking flip flops and like fucking like hoodies just out there with goddamn assault rifles and like rocket launchers. What the fuck, man?
That is wild, though.
Tanks? Like, get us out of here.
I feel like everybody I've heard that's watched this movie has really liked it, but you're not a fan.
No, I don't know.
All right. Well, we all know you're a tough customer. Shuddy.
I'm very interested in what year you guys are going to review. Well, you, Kevin, I don't know what you're going to review. Shuddy.
Yeah, what did you see, Shuddy?
Sinners.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Nice.
Did
Yeah. So the
Sharon and I went and
barista
saw it this weekend.
The barista told me about it. She said it was fucking epic. Everyone seems to like it. Did you like it, Shuddy?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick. I kind of figured when they started showing the trailers for that months ago, because the trailers didn't really show everything, but I felt like I was kind of picking up on something, and I'm like, I'm getting like From Dusk Till Dawn vibes off of this, and I don't know, I do like
that was his inspiration, right?
Yeah, and I do really like Ryan Coogler, like Black Panther, great fucking Marvel movie. I really like all three of the Creed movies. I know he only did the first one, but I think all three of them have kicked ass. So I was like, all right, well, if Ryan Coogler's taking a shot at horror, I'm down to check that out. I like Michael B. Jordan. I like Haley Steinfeld. And yeah, that movie was fucking sick. I fucking loved it.
My only problem with it was how much of the movie was on green screen. The CGI, I don't think the blending of the background with everything was all that great at times. But that's my only complaint about the movie.
There was like a musical montage scene that kind of felt weird and out of place, and I was like, I don't think I cared for that.
I agree completely. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then I saw everybody on social media talking about how powerful and awesome that scene was, and I was like, well, I feel like a dick, but I don't know. I didn't get it, but I didn't need every single micro moment in that film to land, because it was written just so fucking well. The construction of that script, because the way it is a lot like From Dusk Till Dawn is From Dusk Till Dawn, I don't think was marketed for what it was. So people go into it and it's George Clooney and fucking Quentin Tarantino playing criminal brothers, and they're on the run, and they're trying to get to Mexico, and that movie is that way for the first hour, and then out of nowhere, they show up to a titty bar in Mexico, and they get fucking taken over with vampires, and now all of a sudden it's a vampire survival movie, and you're like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? What did I sign up for? And I think the reason why that's so effective is a lot of times horror movies are generally short. So you get like 10 minutes to get to know the characters before the chaos really starts, and then people start getting picked off. And when you can sit with them for an hour just on a completely different topic, all those characters feel so much more flushed out, so much more real. The world feels so lived in. And the dialogue was just so fucking well written. It was all just really clever. Like everything felt really flushed out. And then, boom, vampires. It's fucking craziness. It's chaos. I loved it. I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And it was violent too. It was I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good gore. And it's one of the first movies I've seen in a minute where they do the in the credits they're like, and introducing, because the guy, it's like, you know, the story is Michael B. Jordan plays a set of twins who are like coming back from working for Al Capone. They're just like gangsters in Chicago, and they come
Well, they're
home.
from Mississippi, and they went up to Chicago and were working for Capone, and then came back unexpectedly.
Yeah, and they're balling. They got nice suits, nice car, and they're throwing money around. They open up a speakeasy, or what were they calling it, a juke joint?
A juke joint.
So they meet up with their cousin, who's like the son of a preacher, played by Miles Caton or Miles Catone. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but right when that kid came on screen and started talking, he's got like a crazy deep voice. And I'm just like, damn, I've never seen this guy before. And his acting was phenomenal. And then he starts singing, and he was singing like old school Southern blues. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then he got that whole like introducing thing in the credits. And holy shit, that dude fucking crushed it. It was, I don't know. For me, I felt like easily the best movie of the year so far.
Yeah.
I feel like
the funny thing is, before the movie, they played the trailer for him. And I went like maybe half hour after Jeff sent the text with the tweet about him.
yeah, the new Jordan Peele movie. I haven't watched it yet. What are
He's
you guys?
producing it.
Oh, he's producing it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother thought it looked dumb. I was like, what? I think it looks kind of cool.
I'll tell you what I
whatever.
did see a trailer for, because I did not peg the regression point, so I had to sit through a few trailers when I got to the theater. Have you seen there's a new Final Destination?
I did.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I saw it on the IMDb release calendar.
It actually looks kind of sick.
It does. I don't think I've seen Final Destination 2, though.
What about all the ones that come after that?
Well, no, I didn't. No, I only saw the first one, I guess is probably what I meant to say. If I were to edit myself, I would have said anything after Final Destination, the original.
Gotcha. I mean, I've seen them.
Devin
And it's,
Sawa.
you know, there's diminishing returns with that series, but I feel like just the domino effect, Rube Goldberg machine kills are always fun. It's just the stuff in between varies in quality, especially after the first one. But I don't think it was the first one with the logging truck, right? Was that Final Destination 2?
The first one was the plane, when they all got off the plane.
Yeah, the first one's the plane. Second one is like a logging truck, right?
Second one is the logging truck, yes.
I think the third one's a roller coaster. Fourth one is like a NASCAR event. But I mean, yeah, if you haven't seen the second one, I feel like that's the one that resonates the most with people. Like anytime somebody is behind a logging truck on a highway, they're like, nope, switch lanes, Final Destination 2, get the fuck out of there.
Like to, yeah, I didn't even know that, and I still wouldn't like to be behind one of those trucks because it just feels like, yeah, they could fall off the back and kill me.
Dude, this new one seems like it's starting with a backyard barbecue. Like it just tees up every single person laying the blueprint for their own death. And I think the very first thing they show in the trailer is a glass breaks and the broken glass goes into the ice cube tray or like the big bucket of ice, and someone just scoops out and starts making cocktails. So there's just like a made cocktail with fucking broken glass mixed in with the ice. And the second I saw that, I was just like, oh, fuck, that's terrible. Oh, no. And then it just starts lining up like everything else that's happening around this backyard barbecue of like everybody just one like domino tipping over away from death. And I was just like, man, I'm fucking stoked. This is probably going to suck ass, but I'm definitely going to be there opening weekend to watch a new Final Destination. And they end the trailer showing a bit of Tony Todd. So I guess he filmed his scenes for this before he died.
I thought I saw that, right? I was like, wait a second. I thought he was dead.
Yeah, so I'm pumped for that.
I did get to see the trailer for the Phoenician Scheme.
Is that the new Wes Anderson? I still haven't watched that either.
It is.
Do you have a Wes Anderson boner now for that one, Shuddy?
I do. Yeah, it looks fucking funny.
All right. I mean, you know me. I always give Wes Anderson a shot. They can't all be
also
Grand Budapest Hotel, but I'm open for the possibility.
And then the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie with Leo.
Oh yeah, with Leo and Benicio.
Movies are coming back, perhaps.
Let's go. I mean, Sinners had a huge fucking weekend. And then I think Minecraft is continuing to crush it. They had some other, I think, a week or two ago, a whole bunch of movies came out, and every single one of them did well. I know they were saying that that Drop movie, that's like a horror movie about getting airdropped shit on your phone, that like overperformed, I guess, and made a shitload of money. So maybe they are back. Maybe someone will finally get enough money to afford the ultra low budget indie comedy darling, The Second Coming of John Cooper, which is just like a fucking blue-balled boner just waiting for release.
Sure is. It's an instant classic.
And if you live in Austin, Texas, or anywhere near it, you can see it this fucking weekend in the same theater as me and Geoff. Holy shit.
Damn right.
April 26th, right? That's Saturday. Yeah, April 26th at the Galaxy Theater in Austin, Texas, 7:45. You can get links in the description here on my Instagram in the bio, in the description of the YouTube for this episode in the past weeks. Just get as many people as you can. I need butts and seats, baby. They do an audience award for this festival, I think. So we need a good, friendly crowd to help bring home some trophies. And then we got to figure out what we're doing, Geoff. I've amended my flight to stay in Austin a day later than I was supposed to. So we're going to be doing the show on Tuesday next week. But lining up some power moves for food while in Austin. I already found a place called Bird Biscuit, I think, which does southern fried chicken sandwiches, but the buns are big, gigantic homemade biscuits. Looking like giant fucking bricks. I have a food boner.
I'll ask. I'm connecting with two of my buddies out there for sure. They'll be coming to the movie as well, and I'll be hanging out with them. While I'm there, I'll ask them what their food moves are since they're locals. My buddy Galupi probably won't have as good of insight as the homie George, but either way, I'll pick their brain and see if we can get some ideas. Also, Kevin, you're good at this kind of shit, so I'm sure you'll, I don't know, maybe now that you're back in the weed, you get a little high and go on Yelp search within Austin, Texas.
I've been browsing forums and stuff of people being like, "Oh, you're thinking about going here? If you want the good shit of ramen, you got to go here in Austin, not the place you were planning on going."
I think Reddit is good at this sort of thing too. Not
Yeah.
that I would know or go on Reddit.
I've been putting together some stuff. I'm sure we'll have more than enough options of banging food while we're out in Austin, but it would be cool if you came out and watched the movie with us, and then we'll find somewhere to hang after the fact, get some drinks, do some bullshitting, have some fun. And yeah, Jeff and I will be back in LA Monday night, ready to fucking do a brand new episode for you guys on Tuesday. I talked to so for people that aren't on the Patreon, sometimes much like this show, we start with a little bit of a plan. We bullshit. Sometimes things spitball. Sometimes they evolve. And somehow it got to the point where I just started singing Randy Newman songs for movies that he did not do the soundtrack for. And people seem to really like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, got a lot of good feedback. One of the Patreon comments from Daniel T said he would like that to be a recurring bit where Randy Newman sings a song about a movie that already exists that he did not have anything to do with, and you guys try to guess which movie Randy Newman is doing a song for. So I talked to
I like it.
to our buddy Trevor Goober, Mr. Goober. Speaking of Second Coming of John Cooper, he plays Clint. He's also a successful musician and does a musical comedy act. So I hit him up and I told him about it, and he's going to make us some Randy Newman-esque instrumentals so we can have a backing track, and we'll just find movies that would not be appropriate for Randy Newman to break into song and do a little recap of the plot. And in a future installment of the show, we'll have some official professional music from one Trevor Goober. He's a great guy, that guy.
I fuck with the Goober.
By the way, I should say my official score, circling back for Sinners, 4.5 dicks.
Oh yeah, I don't think we got you. I don't think you sucked any Michael B. Jordan dicks. Neither did you, Shuddy.
4.25 Michael B. Jordan dicks. Smokestack Twins dicks.
Yeah, Shuddy's sucking one of those dicks with his ass and one of them with his mouth. Just getting Chinese finger trapped by the Michael B. Jordan twins. Shuddy looks so pumped right now. If you were on YouTube...
well, because the way you explained it is not correct, but I'm not cleaning it up for you, so you're just going to have to...
Roll around in the mess you made.
That's fine. You gave me enough drops for the day. Reading those texts.
Oh, good. I'm glad that that's...
Oh, man. We went back and forth, too. We're both in trouble.
I just sat back like, oh, yeah. It's fucking great.
Back in the New York groove.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. All right, well, thank you all for listening. And again, if you need more MSPH in your life, please head on over to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. It keeps us alive. You get tons of extra bonus content. And, sometimes we just coincidentally, without planning, just stumble upon gold, like doing Randy Newman bits. So you can hear how all that starts, spend a little extra time with the homies, and basically help me get health insurance.
Pay for his copay, which is now more expensive.
Infinitely more expensive. Jesus Christ. Jeff, it sounds like you are not without topics to discuss on Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark.
Well, actually, I will be for the next week or so. But
they shot it all over you?
I just gave back-to-back winners in golf at Rory at the Masters, at Justin Thomas at the RBC Heritage. Let's not talk about my NBA first round preview podcast, which was so much fun, but a costly venture for me. The other guys in the podcast did a much better job, though. So it's dated, though. Moving forward, probably the next time I'll do a podcast, I'll probably do some sort of NBA podcast next week. And then the next golf podcast will be the Truce Championship in the second week of May. So a little bit of a hiatus for the Outkick Bets podcast, but please just subscribe anyways. And
then you'll get a notification when it's back.
Exactly. Yep.
Boom. Also, a peeking ahead as far as Patreon Puminati Elite Extreme content coming your way. Shuddy Boy is going to come back on Dragon Ball Queef, and we're going to be doing Samurai Champloo, which I have right here on this beautiful Blu-ray copy. Yeah, baby.
Wait, it's other places too, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I forget. We looked it up. It's definitely streaming on a big one, so you can stream it. I'm just going to be watching on my Blu-ray copy because I am a big fan of Samurai Champloo.
It's on Hulu.
There you go. On Hulu. So that will be this month's episode of Dragon Ball Queef. The three of us are going to watch the first episode of Samurai Champloo. Most importantly, Geoff, because that's the meat of the show, is Geoff being forced to watch an anime and then breaking it down with not being a fan of anime at all. Unless there's Nugatos.
Yeah, there's some fan service, that gets me all fired up. Every now and then I'll enjoy a good anime here or there. Black Lagoon kicked ass. Food Wars kicked ass. I have to go through in my document, talk about the other ones, but those are the first two that stand out. So
yeah, Samurai Champloo's got a chance.
Yeah. Let's I can't wait to chop it up with you guys about Samurai Champloo.
And you can also follow us on social media. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeff for Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. Again, see it this weekend in August with me and Jeff. Or in August. In Austin.
Yeah. Oh.
It's April. But you also physically be in Austin to see the movie. So come on. Check it out. Join us. You will not regret it. And that's about it, friends. But until next time, something